Hey everyone, this is Hypo Alan. Welcome back to more Let's Play Kirby's Dreamland 3. In the last episode, we finished Cloudy Park, and in this episode, we'll be starting level 5, Iceberg. Alright, without further ado, let's get started with Kogoiso stage. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final world of the game. And also welcome to the very first game over that I've had throughout this entire playthrough. Yeah, so now you know that I record in threes, so yeah. So I think one thing about this world is it's an ice level, obviously, and those of you who've been around my channel long enough know just exactly how I feel about ice levels. Even though I would say Cloudy Park, I do like it was probably my favorite level. I do like this one a lot too. So this flower level is actually pretty simple. So basically what you need to do is just grab any fire enemy that's just laying around this level. I think they're all Galbos in this level actually. So just grab one and just be prepared for the flowers coming up. Well, I guess let's get this out of the way. The flowers are all frozen, and you need to thaw them out. Then that's pretty much it. And like always, and this is going to be the last time you're going to hear me say this, but just don't step on the flowers. Whatever you do, here we go. So you don't even need animal friends for this one. You can just go at this alone as Kirby, and just burn through all of them. And that is pretty much it. I do gotta say, I do like the kind of snowy, kind of like the effect here almost reminds me a little more petals and snow, but I still think it looks pretty cool nonetheless. And so I guess one thing about this whole world in particular is that you're gonna find a bunch of fire power-ups as well as ice power-ups, and I think what I decided to do here is just show off the ice power-up because we haven't really given it too much screen time as it is, and even though I'm kind of meh on the ice power-up. I mean, it's great in close quarters, but and I do like the ability just to kick the ice blocks at different enemies and stuff. But I mean, I feel like they're just like better powers. I'm just not that. It just doesn't do it for me. Like I said, I'm more of a projectile power-up user. So I believe this is the last room of this level. Yeah, so these first couple levels are actually not entirely long, to be honest with you. So it's just that they have long rooms. Okay, so this isn't the last room, but we're actually getting pretty close since we've already done the Heart Star. So one thing that I do remember about this world is that it tends to have ice physics in some places, and some like places here like the snow it just doesn't. And I remember just getting well, you'll see, for some reason in this area I just got wrecked by this bat for some reason. Now I don't know what happened here. Like I just didn't use the ice, like I just picked the wrong time to use the ice power up, and I don't know why. It's just weird. I just got wrecked by that bat so easily, but I guess for this part, it's kind of easier just to go without a power-up, which I kind of discovered here. So, just keep going, and I believe that this... I'm probably wrong, but this might be the last room of this level, actually. Yeah, here it is, okay. So, with de-thawing all the flowers, or just thawing, I guess, here's our Heart Star, because I believe de-thawing something will be just freezing it, I guess. I really wanted that maximum tomato, apparently. It took so long to do that jump game. So next we have Samus's stage, and this is one of those blatantly obvious Nintendo references to the Metroid series in particular here. So basically what we need to do is, instead of a fire power-up, we need an ice power-up, because I guess they just expected us to know exactly what to do with this, how to get this Heart Star. And this is one of the last ones I got because it took me forever and a day to figure out how to do this one, because when I played this for the first time, I actually wasn't all that familiar with the Metroid series. And so it didn't occur to me that you actually needed to freeze the Metroids here. And you don't even need to kill them, you just need to freeze them, as you'll find out here pretty soon. So there's actually a couple of these auto-scrolling parts here. This big looming blizzard coming behind you, and I really do like the whole crayon-y effect that this kind of has, and it just gives it a bit of character, even though it's just instant death if you get too far behind it. Just, you know, just death never looks so appealing, you know? So just keep moving on. So it is possible to miss the door, so be careful not to miss the door here. So underneath the icy exterior is this kind of, I guess this kind of like relates to the whole volcano kind of area, and so I decided to go in here, and so so I just decided to grab Nago here because I haven't really been using him much throughout this whole LP, so I just felt it was like a good idea to use him here, even though... Wait, did I get the ice power back? Okay, so I did. So, yeah. So after that whole fiasco, I just decided just to leave him here because there'll be another opportunity pretty soon just to show him off. So here's the room with the Metroids. There's actually 3 of them. So that's the first one. And so don't worry about the Metroids latching onto you like they usually do in the other games, because they will not hurt you. It's just kind of like a stun thing, you know. Just all you just need to do is just freeze them. There's also stars in here if you want to grab them. And so I didn't even kill him, and we'll still get the heart star here. And somehow I still managed to hang on to the ice power up, which I still get wrecked by these bats and these kind of Podobo looking things. I don't even remember what they're actually called in this game, but they're just like the Podobo enemies from Mario series. So with that, we have a heart star, and for some reason I'm still getting wrecked by bats apparently. But thankfully we just got spawned right in front of this area, so I just decided to grab the burning power just to rush through the rest of this area. Which there are actually plenty of, like I said before, in this whole world in particular. There's plenty of fire, plenty of ice and CAD, but fire is probably going to be your best bet if you just want to rush through everything. So like here, there's also opportunities to grab Peppy Soda here from these guys. Just be careful not to get hit here. So just suck up all the propellers, just ignore them, and also watch out for the fake blob thing in front of the door. And so this auto-scrolling area actually gets a bit quicker. So honestly, even though I grabbed the parasol ability here, I don't really recommend grabbing a power-up at all, because I feel like this area would be a lot better just to play freely without any power-ups. So just kind of avoid that. I just grabbed this thing because I felt like it would give me a little bit more protection, even though I can just absorb enemies like usual. So if you didn't get the heart star here, Samus will still be masked, but since we got it, she's actually taking off her mask here. So there's just a little difference there. And I think that's the first dud on the minigame that we've gotten in a while. And so, with the last stage for this episode, this is Chef Kawasaki's stage, which is hands down my worst minigame out of all of them, as you'll see coming up. So, you'll probably recognize him if you've seen him from either Kirby Superstar or Kirby Right Back At You, the anime. So, basically what you have to do is, like all minigames that involve Gordos, this is basically one where, this is a sound-based minigame actually, and so what he'll do is, he'll send out 5 Gordos, and each will make a different sound, and so Chef Kawasaki will make a certain sound that he wants, and you have to pick the Gordo that makes that sound, and that's pretty much it. It's not as easy as you think it is, because they do get pretty quick. Even the first couple are pretty hard if you're not paying attention. So yeah, this is not exactly the easy minigame. This is actually, you know what? I kind of had like the reverse of the LP curse in this one. because in my practice file, this was actually the very last heart star that I got because I was just doing so terribly at this game. So yeah, it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world, but it's not the hardest thing either. It just takes some paying attention is all. So just going through this area, there's actually quite a few auto-scoring levels in this world. And so I think this is just for this underwater part, it's actually a good idea if you just refrain from using a power-up here. It's actually like I said a couple episodes back, how sometimes the best power-up is no power-up at all. Also, they're gracious enough to give us a maximum tomato here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab it, which I actually could have used it there, considering I only have 3 hits left. But there's no kind of boss. Well, make it 2 hits. There's actually no kind of boss here. If I remember correctly, because I remember the first couple rooms of this level, but after Chef Kawasaki's room, whenever I would just fail at the minigame, I would always just quit the level and restart just to get the heart star. So let's just keep going here. I believe the door should be pretty close. Yeah, here we go. If I can get in the door. And so here we have these ice blocks. If we run on top of them, then they will disintegrate here. But I decided to go down this one here because it will give us a peppy soda. There's also plenty of stars here if you're looking to get 1-ups. And so the 4th and 5th block from this right wall here is the one that you want to go down in order to progress through the rest of this level. But I just decided to grab a few stars here. It's also good if you stand on the middle of 2 blocks just to get that done faster. And so yeah, just climb up through this area with these Gordos, and I believe the door should be up here pretty soon. I think it's up right up here. Don't worry about down here, because I think down here is a partner room, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is, so just don't worry about that. You don't really need partners for this level, and I just decided to kill Rick for no rhyme or reason there. So that's the thing. So let's just keep going. So I'm pretty sure that his room is right up here. That's actually one thing throughout this recording session and the live commentary session, is that I just kept fumbling through the doors for whatever reason. Yeah, so here is Chef Kawasaki's room. Yeah, so what I like to do is just kind of do a little word association with the Gordos here. I just kind of associate just like a different word with each sound effect. Like if there's like a Kirby landing sound effect, there's like the exhaling sound effect, there's like the rock hitting the ground I just use for rock, and then there's like the explosion, and then there's like the middle, there's like just the odd one out, the kind of metal sound. I just call it like the pan, just because for some reason I just imagine like a tin pan falling from the sky and just like hitting the ground and making that sound effect. I don't know why, but I believe this is actually the last portion of the level here. There's also plenty of stars to be had, as well as other collectibles. Thankfully that peppy soda just saved my life right there. There's also quite a few chilies here as well, if you want to use the ice power up as well. And so there's the noir level. Also, that's one thing with Kirby. If you inhale, if you decide to float with yourself, if you go on top of the water, then you'll just like turn to your own flotation device, kind of. So I think I got the 1-up here. No, I fell short. Alright, so I just decided to cut ahead to the successful attempt here, which I said before that I had a lot of trouble doing this minigame in practice mode. Believe it or not, this is only my 2nd attempt at doing this minigame, so I didn't have a lot of footage here. Spoiler alert, I guess I Should have been quiet here because, well, I mean, I already said I was going to cut ahead of the successful attempt, so I guess it's really not a spoiler. So I believe the third, I mean, yeah, this is actually the third one here, so. Did that. Yay, we got the heart starved, so I just cut ahead. And we have our heart starved. Yay, 1-ups that don't matter because this is the last episode in the session, so. Alright, that's going to do it for this episode. I'd like to thank you all for watching. This has been HypoAllo, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.